Hi, welcome to Navigating the Truth, and it is December 18th, 2022, and my guest today is Athena.
Hello?
Thank you.
I can't hear you, but you can hear me, right?
We interrupt to bring you this.
We've hijacked your daily dose of regurgitated news to bring you Navigating the Truth. Brace yourself, listeners, as you're about to enter a world where the narrative is no longer masqueraded as the truth. A world where the conspiracies of yesterday's translate into the truths of today.
Are you listening?
The veils covering the truth are lifting, and understandings once suppressed are finally being revealed. Will you be ready? And now, your host and navigator through these circles of lies, the host of Navigating the Truth, Caroline Bell Tumblety.
Welcome to Navigating the Truth, and this wonderful Sunday, December 18th, and we are well on the way to Christmas. And before I introduce my guest, my lovely guest, who's on the other side of the planet at this point, and my website is souliam.org or .net. Either one will take you there. And I'm actually just getting warmed up on the website. I've started putting up on blogs and I will continue to add to it. So check it out. But now for my wonderful guest. Her name is Athena and she was born an intuitive empath. She has continually expanded her abilities to interpret the information contained within the unified field, the field in which we all exist within. Through her consciousness, she's explored the universal field, she has accessed multidimensional timelines, and she observes the events that occur which affect our path as humans, having an earthly experience. It is through this access that she has come to know that as organic humans, we are all born with natural psychic abilities and the innate authority to create and experience life however we choose it. It is within every human being's ability to command their reality with their thoughts, intentions, and spoken words. Her purpose is to share all the information and knowledge that she has accessed and provide the truth of our human nature. You can actually reach Athena. She has a YouTube channel which is called Human Witness. And I would like to welcome you today, Athena. How are you?
Hi, very well. Thank you for inviting me, Caroline.
Oh, thank you for coming. And it's such an early morning for you.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Middle of the night there, just turning on our other side. We were just saying that like before we opened up the show there, that it's actually wonderful. It's a wonderful use of technology that we can connect around the world like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it is. I think, if we can just see it from the perspective of that it is a tool for us to use and for it not to allow it to use us, then we can start making our experience, in this life a lot better. It's all about the attitude and, understanding that we are the ones that use things, not things use us.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right there. It's empowering, like these kind of messages that we take that power and that we direct our lives. All too often, like from my experience anyway, there is a feeling of being knocked off the path and hijacked on occasions. And I also I do resonate to what you're saying, that we make choices, we make contracts. I think for most people, they're not aware of that, so they have entered into some kind of contract that because of the mind wipe, when we come into this realm, we don't remember the things that we have agreed to. So we spend this life unboxing and cancelling things because we have not really grasped the implications of some of these things. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's exactly what happens. We spend our life trying to figure out what's going on in our everyday life without being aware of, the background, the background work that happens through through our own being, and that is that we are constantly creating new contracts just from the words that we are saying. They are so powerful. And we are cancelling and creating new contracts, not knowing. So we are unaware that we are doing a lot of these things, and often we are creating on behalf of others. That's the most common. That's how this world has been created. So in essence, we are the ones that are in charge. We have the power, and if we can just share this information, people can start taking a different approach to their life.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot of burnout right now. I think I don't know how it was for you there, but the experience that I had, like when we went into lockdown, was the ones that we would normally turn to, like let's say the spiritual teachers, for lack of a better word, they had nothing. They had nothing to offer. Like people were just kind of floating there in the air, like looking for answers, looking for direction, looking for where what you're saying is it's inside you. Like these answers are there. Like if you take the time to explore your inner world, your inner being, you will find it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's the hard part. The hard part is that we've been so used to listening outside of us that we don't know how to trust the inside voice. And I don't want to say fortunate, because it wasn't. I don't consider anything in the sense of, having to have these types of experience fortunate, but in a way it is, because I had to go through learning and connecting with that inner voice earlier on. And it was almost like a preparation for this sort of phase of humanity that we were going to walk through, because when that time came, I had already made that deep inner connection, and there was no outer voice sort of trying to hijack that, because that connection had already been made. And once you make it, there's no more confusion, there's no more disharmony. There is a harmonic sort of connection, heart, mind, body. Yes, we don't have the answers. I don't have the answers for everything, but you are able to navigate your own life just by getting your own inner guidance, because it's a personal journey. It's not going to be the same for everybody. And our inner being, our soul, however people see it, our higher self, has been with us from the day we enter and will be with us forever. And it is trying to get our attention. It just doesn't yell at you. It's a very soft, gentle voice to begin with, and it's never going to try to interfere with your choice, your choice on this planet, until you allow it to start coming through in a more clearer way. It won't. It will just sit there, respecting your choices.
So, would you say that it is that working on our own consciousness and awareness is like the first step?
That's correct. Absolutely. The first step is to clear all the noise from outside of you. And if you can sit there and a lot of people meditate. So if you can sit there in a position where you're going to meditate, and you get all these voices or thoughts or patterns coming through your head, try to stop them. If you're still getting that type of thing happening, there is a mind chatter that's occurring. That's something to be looked at first. So yes, working on our own awareness and consciousness is definitely where our attention needs to be to get that connection going. So try and stop the mind chatter so that you can just feel the stillness and the peace that's in the heart. And a way of doing that is to connect in with sort of heart-based emotions, not the insane, crazy bliss, but the peace type kind. So, people can try and meditate, but if their attention is to clear the mind and to focus in on feeling the peace in their hearts, it's the quickest and easiest way to hear and feel and know that inner being within you.
Right. That's good. Yeah, that's really good. Well, I could go into what is the chatter? What is the everyday chatter that a person will encounter? Just even like sitting doing nothing, like there is this constant interference. That's how it feels to me. Like it's a constant kind of barrage of information that is all around us all the time. So
Yeah,
like the first step would be um go into your heart. And would you say that when you say like the emotions, like connecting in with the emotions of the heart, like you mentioned peace, like even like remembering like a joyful occasion, like
yeah, absolutely.
something that was harmonious, like a happy memory even.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So if that's, that's if you're struggling to get through and you need to bring in a real heartfelt experience, because I can understand many of us, we have such difficult life experiences that, just imagining or trying to feel into the peace that's in your heart
Mhm.
it's a difficult thing
Can
from
be a
the onset.
challenge. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
can.
right, from the
Yeah.
onset. So that'll be a way, absolutely accessing a moment in which you felt pure sort of harmony would be the best way to do it.
We have a question here for Avatar Canada, and I think we're actually covering it right now. And it said, would be so awesome if Athena could give the listeners a how to on accessing our heart space, a step by step process. I'm not experiencing success in this regard, though have had much discussion with greater self.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
think,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, basically what I've been saying here, but in essence, it will be a very personalized journey. So
Hmm.
everybody's going to go through it in a unique way because their higher self, their inner being, is going to show them the way through. And it might have to be gentle for a lot of people, like it was for me. It took a long time. It wasn't something that just happened in one go. But that piece, when it breaks through, you will never doubt it. You'll know what it is. So I'm in the process of creating a step by step guidance because I feel like some people can do it and other people can't. But either I feel like those that might not be able to might not have might not have that clarity between the inner voice.
Yeah.
So the first step would be, to clear the noise, but then start listening to the inner voice. And there are some guidance that I can provide, and a lot of that will be around setting up that communication between yourself and the inner being by asking for things and then watching them happening in the real world. So, like you're going through a dance in a way where you are, asking for something and then watch it manifest in the next 3 days and then see how that goes. And that's a way for you checking on, are you hearing the right thing? What are you hearing, sort of a thing. So I would, yeah, I don't have a step by step for everybody, but
Hmm.
I can give some guidance to guide people depending on where they are on their journey. So yeah, focus on the inner voice, try to get that going first, and then it will lead you to the heart space.
Yeah, I agree. There has been times when like I have heard things in my head, and a lot of the times my response to it was prove it,
Yeah,
like and I
yeah,
went through like years and years ago just going prove it. I want
yeah,
proof,
yeah,
because I do think a lot of it was interference. It wasn't necessarily my inner being speaking to me. It
yeah.
was something else. Yeah. But
Correct,
now I feel that I can access it, like but I have to work at it. I do. I
correct.
have to take the time and I have to do the work.
Yeah, yeah.
You
There's no
know,
doubt about it.
yeah, there's no shortcut. Yeah, there is. And hopefully that answered Avatar Canada. And I would recommend you go and check out Athena's website because she puts things up there that are there's a lot of question and answers. And you said you were putting together a step by step. So check out
Yeah,
our
yeah.
website. Human witness. That's the other thing. Human. Why human? Why human witness?
Oh, it's because it's a human journey, and I feel like there has been such an attempt to dehumanize us, but not now, not just now. I mean, from the moment I was born, I feel like, I've walked into a world where it's such a sin to be a human. Don't feel this, don't think that, eat this, don't eat that. Everything about us is, everything natural about us comes to us instinctually It comes to us from inner guidance, and it's never going to be the same as anybody else. Yet, for some reason, the established structures around us that have apparently been around for longer than, just say, my life, right, are telling you something completely different. So it was like I clued onto it pretty quickly that, you know, there's something going on where it's
There's a
keeping us
stigma.
yeah, there's something deliberately being spread around to tell us that there's something wrong with being human, like it's sinful. So it was, no, I'm stepping into my humanity. I'm not stepping out of it. I'm going to
Yeah.
anchor it in now.
Yeah. Well, I gotta be honest with you. I have never felt human. Like, I don't really know what that means. And like, I have always felt on the outside looking in. The all of my life has felt that way. I've kind of felt that this is not my home. Kind of thing, like kind of find myself like, yeah, even the question, like you talk about in some of your videos about 12 realms and the ancestral beings. Could you talk a wee bit more about that?
Yeah, so I have seen the structure of this universe, and it has been shown that it is 12 realms, and that it was essentially So it's another construct. So every universe is created by a being, I guess. It can be multiple beings. This particular one is my focus at the moment. So I only focus in on this universe, which we call the universe of light. That's what it's called within the knowing of the records. So it's the universe of light. That's what we call it. That's how we experience it. And we are light beings. We're all light beings. It's not a particular class of people,
Right.
because that's how essence, our infinite essence, expresses itself within this universe through light. So yeah, there are ancient beings that were part of this creation, this construct. But then, it opened up to everybody, and I tried to explain that everybody is just as important as the ancients. There is no one that's more important than another, even as equal as the creator, being the universal being, what people call the creator anyway. But I have seen this being to be just as powerful as myself, as yourself. So it's not a superiority. There's nothing like that going on, and that's why I'm sharing this information, because people are acting like they're not powerful when in fact they are.
They are. Yeah, I agree. 100%. Yeah, people are so powerful. And I think that's also part of like this construct, this realm. There's a lot of dumbing down. You mentioned like that you had picked up on the how there was some sort of shaming attached to being human. Like that is part of the whole dumbing down as well. Like the idea that we can't have the lives that we deserve, like where does that idea come from?
Yeah, exactly. So I say that your entire experience from the moment you're born is to bring you to the point of vulnerability, so that you can start to go within, so that you can find your power back again. So depending on how tough your life is, the bigger the challenge. And there are some really difficult experiences. I understand that. Horrendous, like that's what we see. We see horrendous sort of experiences. But every single being that is going through that is just as powerful as the ones that are having the joyful life. So personal journey, because there was personal requirements. Like everybody's joined this construct for a reason. And I can't tell you what your reason is. You're going to have to find that out yourself. I can just try to unpack my reasons. So
Right.
yeah, they're very powerful. We're all very powerful. We just forgot about it. And it's time to remember.
It is time to remember. And I think it's important that we do remember, like, because right now we just seem to be on a time loop that is constantly going round and round and round. And I wanted to talk to you. You had mentioned something on your latest video about some sort of, what was it you called it? A convergence You had said
Yeah.
that there had been a conversion. So, like, I would like to talk in more depth about that. But yeah, I think your message is a good one. It's a very positive one. And I mean, even if it's like a small percentage or a large percentage of people that get something from what you're saying, if it leaves them empowered, that's a good service. You know, that's a really important service to be providing for people because we
Yeah.
are in such a confused state. And I think it's worldwide. It's not just isolated to certain areas. It is all over the world. And everybody that, well, just about everybody that I speak to, they just want to leave. You know, they've had enough already. You know, it's like time to get out of here. And I think I heard you saying, no, it's going to be another 2 years before we get out of here. And I thought, no, no.
Yeah. It's going to be different for everybody, certainly. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not talking about dying and checking out either. You know, like that has never been my thing. You know, I've always had this idea that I will walk my family out of here. You know, that's the way that I see it unfolding for me anyway. I
Yeah.
will physically walk out of here. So I will. But yeah, and maybe you can shed some light on the beings, like the ancients. You refer to them as the ancients. Like, who are they? Who are the ancients?
The creators, or yeah, well, essentially they are the creators of this universal construct. They're just like you and I. They're not, anything different. They're just infinite soul essence that are living out, building out, experiencing this universal construct to the desires of, or the vision, I guess, of the universal being. So I really try to reiterate, it's not about who they are, it's about who we are. They're just here now to correct some structural problems, if we can call it, within the construct, because it's gone too far. And that's
I
their
agree.
responsibility. Yeah. And we all have a responsibility of sorts. We just don't know what our role is. That's all. Some people just exist, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I tried to say that too, to explain that it's just as important because everybody's contributing to this universe. But there are many people who are listening to these types of channels, and there's a reason, and that is, start off with going inside so that you can hear your inner voice and you can find exactly what you're being asked to do.
Yeah. And it looks like, can you believe it? We're coming up on our first break, and but I want to get into more depth. But I understand what you're saying, that you refer to them as the ancients, but it doesn't mean that they're more powerful than us. They created this realm, so it's a role that they have to fixing it, I guess.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, so we will continue that when we come back, Athena. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
You're listening to Navigating the Truth with Caroline Bell Tumblety, where the truth survives and the lies are exposed.
I just want to assure you that everything is under control. There's been no damage except for some temporary malfunction of the radio.
Come be a part of this awakening by joining us in chat or by calling our hotline at 702-425-9230. That's 702-425-9230. Worldwide callers, find us on Skype at KCOR Radio.
We're pushing the ultimate frontier here.
Control must be maintained.
More disinformation exposed and the truth discovered. After a word from our sponsors.
1 million miles till midnight. A story of timelines, artificial worlds, simulated races, and the galactic imprint. And the destiny of a blue world called Earth. 1 million miles till midnight, written by Solaris Blue Raven, is a journey through the mind's eye which allows the reader to surf a wave of technological and multidimensional intellect, revealing a bridge between conscious design and the truth. A multidimensional bleed-through awakens the world of artificial intelligence to set sail into the frontiers of a vast multiverse, morphing planets and terraforming ascended worlds beyond the linear programs of a fated race. 1 million miles till midnight will awaken, inspire, prepare, and enlighten one to the many multidimensional states of consciousness and worlds we reside in. With every cell and atom, we are this truth and multiverse. 1 million miles till midnight. Written by Solaris Blue Raven. Available now at Amazon.com. Don't wait. Get your copy today.
1, 2, 3, 4.
To the KCOR Digital Radio Network.
I love the way it sounds.
Love the music. I listen all day.
The future of radio is here and now.
Alien Deceptions, a suspenseful sci-fi romance thriller by Tina Marie, featuring the tantalizing Erica Jones and the mysterious Russell Hamilton. An out-of-this-world book of fiction based on years of document facts and files the government does not want you to know about, at least not yet. Alien Deceptions by Tina Marie. Available now at Amazon.com or get a signed copy at TinaMarieEntertainment.com. Get your copy now.
Change your frequency, change your life with the Lemurian plug. The Lemurian plug is easy to control, it's simple to set up, and wireless. It helps to neutralize toxins and has restorative frequencies for healing. It also helps to protect you and your family from EMFs. The Lemurian plug is energy efficient and designed using ancient technology for a superior design. One unit can cover up to 1,000 square feet. This life-changing product is reasonably priced. And isn't you and your family's health worth a small investment? For more information on the miraculous effects of this plug or to purchase the Lemurian plug, visit thelumerianplug.com. That's thelumerianplug.com. The Lemurian plug is like nothing you've ever experienced. Order yours today.
Vegas, baby!
Vegas is #1 source for talk and new music.
How cool is that?
Going live in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Navigating the Truth, the one show that peels back the masks of the elite and exposes the truth we're not being told.
Here to warn you. You must not abuse the power you've been given. Eventually, you will lose control of that power and the whole world will suffer.
Come partake in the awakening by calling the show at 702-425-9230. That's 702-425-9230.
Give us a call now.
Those around the world, connect with us on Skype at KCOR Radio. Follow us on Twitter at KCOR Radio or use hashtag KCOR. Come engage in the discussion live in our chat room at www.kcorradio.com.
Our survival depends upon it.
Now, back to examining the narratives and uncovering the truth with your host of Navigating the Truth, Caroline Bell Tumblety. Caroline Bell Tumblety.
Hi, and welcome back to Navigating the Truth. And I have a wonderful guest here today. I have Athena. Hi, Athena.
Hi.
And it looks like we're getting quite a few questions here. Avatar Canada asks, is this light universe filled with a multitude of other beings?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Many of us. So, billions, I guess. So it's open. It's open. It's an open playground. It's not a closed sort of playground. And beings from all over the multiverse, from all over the infinite space, the infinite beyond, have come to take part in this experience. So yeah, it's definitely filled with.
Oh,
lots
definitely.
Of things.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yep. And Avatar Canada has another question. Is the light universe really millions of light years across or in diameter? Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So I'd say it's both I guess, both translated or interpreted in light years, and yes, and in physical space. So it's I guess I say that we need a multidimensional hat on when we are trying to understand these concepts, because, like you said, we have been in a way dumbed down. Even the terminology, even the language we use, is so different to what we are in our infinite expression. So we struggle to find the words to explain it, but it's both a time-based and a distance-based experience that we're having. And that's part of the part where I say, well, they've tried to really influence our thinking process and our understanding, because it's almost like time doesn't matter. Time does matter.
Yeah.
It has a purpose. You need to understand what that is for you, because time absolutely matters, and so does distance. So it's both. It's not just, so it's definitely light-based distances. But to that, I just want to say that don't be dissuaded by how big the universe is, because you can get anywhere within it in a flash through your consciousness.
Yeah.
Through your consciousness. It's all accessible. It's and all of it is in an instant. It's not, we need to build these spaceships to take us through light years of travel. That's just all to diminish us and to keep us limited and small.
Right, I agree. And I hope that answered your questions, Avatar Canada. We have another question here from Space Monk, and it says, I have a question for Athena. Do you know anything about the animals walking in circles? Fish, sheep, reindeers?
I haven't gone into that, but I would just say, and I want to bring this back again to the humans as well, is that what we're going through is realignment, because we are going towards a balanced state, and it doesn't just happen overnight. So we are at the same time that we are readjusting our energy body, our physical body as well. So heart, mind, and body is being readjusted. It's all happening at the tune of the planet, so the Earth. And I know some people don't perceive it as a planet, but I can only explain what I see. So the planet itself, other people, we know that it's got a magnetic field. This is what I call the unified field, or what others call the unified field, but that's what I call the field itself, just the field. So that's part of it. Us, the magnetic field, the field itself, that's all changing now. It's all basically realigning to the balanced state, and it won't happen instantaneously. It's happening in waves. It's happening in over months, and then it gives us a pause, and then it happens again. So that's what they're potentially realigning to. Potentially the magnetics are affecting them, or their inner alignment process is taking place, and that could be happening. Like I said, I haven't really gone in to explore that, simply because on a human level, it's quite a challenging experience to be having right now anyway, our rebalancing.
Thank you for listening to Navigating the Truth with my guest Athena. If you would like to hear the rest of the show, please go to kcorradio.com. Thank you.